Well, hello everyone, hello and welcome back to another live stream from us here at SAFC Fan TV, where tonight's midweek game is going to be Sunderland hosting Lincoln City. I don't need to stress the importance of this game. Win, we go top. You can see the Sunderland team news running along the bottom of your screen now, but I'll read it out anyways. It is Patterson, Winchester, Flanagan, Doyle, Serkin, Gooch, Neil, Embleton, Pritchard, Diamond and Stewart. And the subs are Carey, O'Brien, Taylor, Jamajli, Younger, Hawks and Denver Hume. Now, if you bear with me, I will get the Lincoln team news up for those of you that want it. How are you all doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you. I've been very, very busy. Ozzy's fine. Ozzy's still here. I've still got Ozzy. Let's get on to Lincoln City and see what their team news is. I know one player who's playing for Lincoln tonight, ex-Sunderland player Chris Maguire. And the team news is Josh Griffiths, Regan Poole, there's another ex-Sunderland player, Max Sanders, Morgan Whittaker, Chris Maguire, Ted Bishop, Hakeeb Adelakun, Cohen Bramwell, Conor McGrandles, Lewis Fiorini, and TJ Ioma. So there we go. How are you all doing anyways? Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you have all had a great Christmas and a fantastic New Year. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I'm very excited for it. Hope you're all excited. What is your score predictions for tonight, guys? I reckon a 3-1 Sunderland win, and I reckon it's got to be another Ross Stewart hat-trick. So, get all your score predictions in. Obviously, Sunderland unbeaten in the last 10, I think it is. If we win tonight, go top of the league. We're more than halfway through the season. There's only 20 games left, including tonight. There we go. So, there's Aussie Jeff. Jeff says 3-1 Sunderland. Hope Wi-Fi keeps working. Wi-Fi should keep working this time, Dean. I'm in a new gaff. I've got new Wi-Fi. So Emma Hansen's going for a 4-1 win to the lads. 3 or 5-0 Sunderland, says Livy. Well, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with a 1-0 win, to be fair. Gets us top of the league. We've got quite a good run of games coming up, all like bottom 10 teams coming up the next 6, I think it is. So it's a massive opportunity for us to keep on going on this winning streak. Trevor Dudden, welcome back, Tommy. Great to see you, mate. 3 points today, 4-0. Come on, lads. Cheers, Trevor. It's good to be back. It's fantastic to be back in front of all of you lovely bunch, bringing us a live stream again. Mark says 3-1. Astronaut Kazza goes 3-1 Sunderland. Jeff, last time Tommy was on, he had blonde hair. That's right. It was during the Euros, if you remember, or just after the Euros. I wonder why it was blonde. Well, we'll see what happens come the World Cup the end of this year. What do you make of our captain tonight? Our captain tonight, Winnie Esther, isn't it? I think that's Winnie Esther. I'm happy. I think that's Winnie Esther who's the captain. But to be fair, we've been playing well. We've been doing well considering all the injuries that we've had in the squad and the COVID outbreaks we've had in the squad and everything. And people are saying, oh, Patterson didn't do well the other night because he let in 3 goals. But he pulled off some absolutely cracking saves. And I mean, some of them saves he pulled off, I would like to see Lee Berger Hoffman try and pull it off, you know. There's no doubt about it that Hoffman and Lee Berger are a better keeper than Patterson. But Patterson stepped in, Patterson stepped up, and Patterson done well. Emma and Philly saying it's Flanagan that's the captain. Well, I think Flanagan has done well considering the recent games he's had. First part of the season, he was absolutely rubbish. Everyone called him Flappy Flanagan and everything. And recently, the past dozen games or something, I think he's done extremely well. So he deserves that captain's armband, in my opinion. Hopefully, he'll put on a show for us tonight and prove why he's been chosen as captain. Evening, Tommy. Hope you're well. Hi, Karen. Hi, I'm not bad, thanks. Not bad. Hope you're doing good as well. I'm not there tonight, says Mark. He's not very well. Not very well, Mark. Hope you get well soon, mate. Hope you get well soon. Let's not forget, this team we've got, 95% of them are just young'uns. So we're doing really well at the minute to be second in the league. Well, joint top, but goal difference second. Doing really well. So I think if we keep on going the way we're going at the minute and keep playing Lee Johnson's style of football, I don't want to say it, but I would like to think we'd be going up, to be fair. Does anyone think that the Mags are going down? I know your heart's telling you, yes, of course they are. But does anyone think that they're actually going down? I think Kieran Trippier going there is just going to be a massive flop. And I think they'll still go down. I think they're too far adrift now. And the teams above them have got, 2 games at hand on them. So Bolton will beat Wickham tonight and beat you when you come in a few weeks, says David Jones. David Jones. I know they're going down and we're going up, says Mark. Well, I hope so. I've said since the start of the season, do you know my local boozer up here, right? I've got everybody. Now, for those of you that don't know, I live up on the northeast coast of Scotland. So my local boozer is just in a wee village up here. It's tiny. 1 pub, 1 post office, 1 shop. But I've got everybody this season keeping an eye on Sunderland and watching Sunderland because I keep going in and shouting about Sunderland and I've got them all watching the live streams and everything. So there we go. I was down a few weeks ago with the Central Scotland branch up here, which is really good. It's built up of quite a few people. And there's a guy called Graham Falk, some of you might know, from, he does What the Falk podcast. And I meet up with him on the bus and that and get chatting to him. It's really good crack. Like, there's about 30 of us go down. Last time I went down, we got onto the pitch and everything. It was really good. Ross Hutchinson says, now they're out the cup, they'll stay up with signings in January. Well, I hope you're wrong there, Ross. Mind you, to be fair, I'm surprised they signed Kieran Trippier because I thought to myself, the likes of Kieran Trippier and Aubameyang, who they were linked with before January, I thought to myself, who's going to want to sign for a club who's at serious risk of relegation? But it all comes down to that. All comes down to the money. I'm poorly too, says Carl Pep, pure battered. Karen Monk, not good. Nah. You's all poorly. You's all got the COVID bug or something, have yous? Well, I was locked up over New Year. I had COVID. So I had a party for 1. Well, party for 2. Me and Ozzy had a party in here, just watched the bells in because I had COVID, but had no symptoms or anything like that. Rock on, Tommy lad. Hope you're well, says Mick Griffiths. Aye, not bad, Mick. I'm doing well. So's Ozzy. Ozzy likes the attention when I'm doing the live streams. He stays quiet all day, and the most he says is hello and F off to Alan Shearer if Match of the Day comes on. As soon as I start the live streams, he starts screaming. Richie Stubbs says, hi, Tommy. It's great to see you back again. We were getting worried. Richie, Kieran and Delilah from Anglesey. I'm absolutely fine, Richie. Just been busy moving and everything. And then there was problems with the internet because I live out in the country. When our power goes down, our power can go down for 3 weeks at a time. And then you've got to wait for an internet engineer to come up. So it's just been an absolute mayhem. We had some bad winter storms and that. Luckily, we've been quite lucky with the snow, though. We've only had a bit of snow, not a lot. Well, not a lot compared to what we normally get. David Jones, do you really want Newcastle to go down? And if you go up, they will tear you a new bum. You will struggle in the Championship, to be fair. David Jones, my opinion, yes, I do want Newcastle to go down for obvious reasons because I'm a Sunderland fan. And I don't like Newcastle United. Do I think they'll rip us a new bum? Well, the last 6 derby wins in a row says a different matter. It doesn't matter throughout the season when Sunderland are in the same league as Newcastle. All that matters really to the fans is beating Newcastle. So I don't think they'll rip us a new bum if they go down and when we go up. I think we'll actually do surprisingly well. And I also think Newcastle fans, I think, no, well, if we do go down, it'll be like last time, we'll go up with record points again. I don't think so. My opinion, but I don't think so. I think they'll struggle if they go down. Championship and League One is getting more and more competitive with more and more ex-Premier League clubs going down the ladder because of multiple reasons, i.e. lack of money or lack of transfers that don't want to sign or lack of ownership or whatever. Look what happened to Sunderland. Lack of ownership that didn't really care. And here we are, spending our 4th season down here. But there's always a ladder to climb. As long as you're not falling that ladder, you're climbing that ladder. And I believe Newcastle's time of falling the ladder are soon up on us. So we're not long before kick-off anyways. That's my opinion, David. We're not far off kick-off. Just watching the cameras here, I see Samson and Delilah just outside the tunnel, so not really that far. We'll run across the team news for Sunderland again, as you can see on the bottom of your screen. It's Patterson in goal, then Winnie Esther, Flanagan is the captain, Doyle, Serkin, Gooch, Neil, Embleton, Pritchard, Diamond and Ross Stewart. And the subs are Kearney, O'Brien, Taylor, Jamajli, Younger, Hawks and Denver Hume. Frank Andrews says, welcome back, Tommy. Thank you very much, Frank. Hope you all enjoy your live stream. I hope my first one back brings a good 3 points to the northeast and we'll go back on top of the table. Mad Matlin, Tommy, wonderful to have your passion back. Missed your Saturday's commentaries. Well, thanks a lot. A lot more commentaries will be coming now that my internet's up and running. I'm absolutely fine. I'm brand new. So more commentaries will be coming when we're playing at home. Tommy, you look like a Spaniard. What's that? The beard or what? I was told I suit my beard. And up here in the countryside in Scotland, you need a beard to keep your face warm. Hasn't got Bowers net now. Well, I'm glad to know that my internet's working absolutely fine. Mick Griffiths is going for a 2-0 win for the lads tonight. I'll take anything. I'll take a scrappy 1-0 win at the minute. Midweek game, opportunity to go top again. Brilliant. 1-0 win all day long. I reckon it'll be 3-1 though. I reckon Ross Stewart will get another hat-trick, which will make 3 hat-tricks this season, 3 or 4 hat-tricks this season. Will you be streaming the match? I'll be doing the live commentary for you, Curtis. For copyright reasons, I can't show the match. As long as we get the 3 points, says Emma Hansen. We've got a new member, Michelle Long. Thank you very much, Michelle. How are the lads from Brazil? Emmanuel Pereira says, how are the lads from Brazil? Next season, Norwich Yo-Yo back up, leaves 2 to go up. Newcastle have more than 2 better than them from Portsmouth. And that is a comment from John S. Thank you very much for joining our live stream, John. And thanks a lot for your comment. Does Ozzy know any Sunderland songs? I mean, he attempts to whistle the Dance of the Night song, you know, the one when they stood in the tunnel before the waiting to come out. He attempts to whistle that, but then it turns into when the Reds go marching on for some reason. So the answer to that, no, he can't. And the players are out onto the pitch. Just about to get underway here at the Stadium of Light. Hiya from Leeds, SAFC, says Ian Curry. Hello, Ian. How are you doing? Kersley has it kicked off. It's just a way to kick off. If it has kicked off and I'm behind, please don't comment if anything happens. Just for the people that aren't watching it and are just watching YouTube for the commentary only. Would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Lincoln must be struggling a lot with squad. You can tell no Scully and only 4 subs. That's correct. Lincoln have only got 4 subs. And they're playing a 4-3-3 with Griffiths, Bramall, Ioma, Poole, Bishop, Sanders, McGrandles as the captain, Adelackland, Chris Maguire, Fiorini and Whittaker. The subs are Long, Malburn, Robson, and unfortunately I can't pronounce the last name because it seems Swedish or something. Not like the Seb Larsson Swedish. What we got here, David Jones. I love Sunderland, but I got to laugh. There's half a season and they think they are up. I remember Newcastle being top of the league and bragging. Who won the league? Man United. We're not thinking that we're up. Anyways, we're a way to get underway with kick-off. None of us think that we're up. Any of us who are Mackems know after last season and the season before, when we were top with 8 games to go and 2 games in hand and didn't go up, we know that it's not game over. We know there's still a lot to do in this 20 games. But the fact is, we're getting excited because we feel like there's more confidence and passion around the squad than there was in the past 3-4 years. Just a way to get underway here, and Lincoln are getting us underway, kicking towards the North Stand. Lincoln City players and the referee take a knee before kick-off. Sunderland players don't, of course. And the referees just counting the players, walking back. The pitch is needing some attendance, mind. And Lincoln kick us off here. Kicking it straight into their own half, back towards the box, and then to their own box onto the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, just outside the box, he gets the ball up towards halfway and tackled well by Winnie Esther, but Winnie Esther loses the ball again, and Lincoln pass it down the right-hand side, a third of the way inside the Sunderland half, and now passed inside of the Sunderland box, and it comes away from Dan Neil, and Callum Doyle gets the ball. Callum Doyle whips it up towards Ross Stewart inside the Lincoln half. Ross Stewart gets it, but then tries to find Pritchard, and Pritchard loses it to a Lincoln goalkeeper, and the goalie whips it up into the Sunderland half some distance, and the Lincoln player gets it, but then it goes back to Patterson. Patterson to Doyle. Doyle gives it out the way onto the left-hand side. And back over to the right of Flanagan now. Tom Flanagan on the ball. Halfway inside of his own half. Just running up towards centre half. Are you looking for someone to pass to? Ends up passing it to Alex Pritchard, but Pritchard loses it due to a sliding tackle. but then Gooch wins it back and Gooch loses it. Only is far down on the left-hand side, and Lincoln win it back here. Lincoln whip it up into the Sunderland half, and Callum Doyle gets it midway inside of his own half, gives it back to Patterson. Patterson gives it over to Tom Flanagan on the right-hand side. Tom Flanagan midway inside of his own half, gives it to Winchester. Winchester passes it back to Flanagan because there's no one in open space to pass to. So Flanagan gives it back to Patterson. Patterson inside of his own box gives it to Callum Doyle. Who is playing better? It's hard to tell in the opening 3 minutes. Ask us in 5 minutes' time and I'll give you a clue. Lincoln got the ball. Number 19 tries to whip it inside to his striker, number 7, and it goes straight out of play for a Sunderland goal kick. Patterson collects the ball, puts it down onto the 6-yard box, and is he going to play it short of Tom Flanagan here? Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's whipping it straight up into the Lincoln half. Come on, Impsy, Jayden Hunt. Thanks for joining us for the live stream. All were welcome. Who's starting at right back? It is Tom Flanagan. Speak to Tom Flanagan. He gets a throw in now, just inside of the Lincoln half on the right-hand side here. Throws it, loses the ball. Lincoln head the ball up towards the halfway line, loses it to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it to Winchester. Winchester's got the ball, passes it all the way back to Anthony Patterson, the goalie now. Anthony Patterson gives it to Flanagan on the right-hand side here, midway inside of his own half. Flanagan looking to switch it from the left over to the centre for Ross Stewart, but Ross Stewart can't get there in time before the Lincoln defender does. And Lincoln pass it back into the defence and gives it all the way back to the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper whips it up into the Sunderland half, only as far as Flanagan. Flanagan to Doyle. Doyle gives it over to, I'm not sure who it is, sorry, but Sunderland here on the left-hand side. Dennis Certain gives it to Dan Neil. Whips it from left to right to Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch looks to pass it down to Elliot Embleton. Passes it down well. Lyndon Gooch again now. Gooch midway inside the Lincoln half. Gives it down on the right-hand wing, Elliot Embleton. Embleton level with the penalty box here. Gives it into Pritchard. Pritchard, Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch looking to take on his man again to the penalty area here. And can't take on his man and loses the ball only just, but well played by Sunderland. Good build-up play and good pressure from Sunderland. Even when we lose the ball, we're still constantly fighting with pressure to try and win the ball back. How do you watch the stream? You can watch it on SAFC Live. The stream is £10 to stream it. What's the crowd looking like for a Tuesday night? It's looking half decent. It's looking half decent. Maybe it's about, I don't know because the camera hasn't zoomed out fully, but maybe it's about 25,000, 25 to 30,000. Here comes Certain now on the left-hand side, looking to whip the ball in, and the defender gets it out only as far as Pritchard. Pritchard gives it Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch just outside the box gives it Embleton. Embleton passes it back midway inside of the Lincoln half. Gives it to Doyle. Doyle to Dan Neil. Dan Neil to Certain. Certain's on the ball now and loses it to the Lincoln defender. And Lincoln are pushing the way out here, trying to push towards halfway. And the push towards the halfway line inside the centre circle. And he passes it out on the right-hand side, over on the right-hand side here for Lincoln, and switches it from right to left. And what a ball that is for Lincoln if he can get on to it. And well tracked back by Tom Flanagan, deflected out for a corner kick to Lincoln. Brilliant play from the Lincoln player, a switcher from the right wing over towards the 12-yard, 18-yard area to the Lincoln player. And Tom Flanagan tracked back well to deflect the shot, and it goes out for a corner kick. And who else is going to take it apart from Chris Maguire? Chris Maguire is going to take the corner kick for Lincoln on the left-hand side here and whips it into the box, and it goes only as far as Dan Neil. Dan Neil gets it out of play, and it's a Lincoln throw-in. It's Chris Maguire again with the throw-in for Lincoln. No, he's not. He's given it to Bramall. Bramall's going to take the throw in for Lincoln. Level with the Sunderland 18-yard area here. Takes the throw in, gives it to Chris Maguire, gives it back to his player, and intercepted well by Elliot Embleton, and goes out of play again for a throw in to Lincoln. Bramall will take it midway inside of the Sunderland half and gives it to his teammate, who passes it back inside of his own half. Midway inside of the Lincoln half now, passes it from left to right, gives it up towards the halfway line and takes on Sirkin quite easy here. And Lincoln are playing the ball, and he tries to look for his man on the right-hand wing, but he didn't play it well enough, and it goes out to play for a Sunderland goal kick. Inside of the 8th minute, and Sunderland seem to be playing quite well. Sunderland, when scoring a goal in the opening 15 minutes, have not lost this season. And now Ross Stewart inside in the box with a pass from Sirkin, but passes it back outside the box, gives it to Dan Neil, and Dan Neil on the ball now. Dan Neil loses it to the Lincoln player, number 19, and Lincoln come away with the ball onto the left-hand side here, just inside of the Sunderland half. Lincoln have got it, and well intercepted, well tackled by Elliot Embleton, but then Lincoln gets straight back on the halfway line. Passes it from a centre halfway line over to the right, and then from right to left again. And here come Lincoln just inside of her own half, passes it back to his own man, and he loses it out to Winchester, and Winchester's only got Ross Stewart up. He's waiting for a man to come for him. Who's going to be there? Elliot Embleton's there. Embleton gives it to Pritchard on the right-hand wing. Right-hand wing back into the centre of the field, Elliot Embleton, and Elliot Embleton loses it again. I think that's twice I've counted Elliot Embleton lose the ball. And it goes out of play for a throw into Lincoln, level with their own penalty spot here on the right-hand side. 9 minutes gone, Sunderland 0, Lincoln 0. And Lincoln take the throw in on the far side here. And it goes only as far as Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan looks to whip it up to Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart heads it down. Gives it to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond, Dan Neil. Dan Neil to Sirkin. Sirkin back to Neil. Neil passes it back inside of his own area and gives it to Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan on the halfway line here. Gives it to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle pushes just inside of the Lincoln half and gives it to Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan gives it back to Doyle. Doyle gives it back to Flanagan and again. Doyle pushes it to Lyndon Gooch on the right-hand wing, and now here comes Alex Pritchard. Gooch trying to push the ball down on the far right-hand wing, level with the 18-yard box for Pritchard, and Pritchard was just too slow there. And Lincoln get the ball, and the referee blows. Come on, ref! Referee blows, and it's a free kick to Sunderland. And that was bad. Winchester was fouled there by the Lincoln player, Chris Maguire. I think it was just a late tackle, but it did look pretty bad. Let's watch it back. Flanagan gets the ball. Lyndon Gooch gets it, gives it Winchester. Winchester passes it out. Yeah, Chris Maguire just takes his ankle before the ball. And Chris Maguire has received a yellow card. It looked like a very bad one, but it looks all right. It just looks like he nipped his ankle instead of getting the ball, Chris Maguire. But he was given a yellow card by the referee. Winchester sat up. He looks all right, and he's getting up now. Yeah, Winchester's fine. He's absolutely fine. So Sunderland get the free kick. Don't forget to like the channel. like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. It helps us out a lot. 227 on the live stream. Let's try and get to 100 likes before half time. You've got plenty of time. It's only 12 minutes in. Let's try and get 100 likes before half time. And Sunderland take the free kick with Flanagan. Flanagan gives it over to Doyle. Doyle on the centre circle here. Gives it over to Certain. Certain gives it to Winchester. Winchester's up and running absolutely fine. Looks absolutely fine now. And gives it Flanagan inside of his own half. Gives it Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch looks to take on his man, but just runs it towards the centre circle instead and then passes it back to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle on the left-hand side gives it over to Certain. Certain on the ball, looking to take on his man. Takes on his man really, really well here. Level with the box here. He's looking to get the ball in. The ball comes in and the Lincoln man, the Lincoln defender, whips it out and it goes out of play midway inside of the Lincoln half for a Sunderland throw, and it's taken quickly from Certain to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle on the ball now, just inside Lincoln half. Gives it to Dan Neil. Dan Neil whips it from left to right over to Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch on the ball now. Lyndon Gooch with a fair bit of skill there. Taking on his man and then passes it back to Flanagan. Flanagan gets the ball and gives it to Callum Doyle, midway inside of his own half, running up towards the halfway line. He gets just beyond the halfway line, Callum Doyle does, on this left-hand side. He takes on another two players, still going midway inside of the Lincoln half, and then he loses the ball. So he has to track back now. He's left two of his men back. Callum Doyle has to track back. And Lyndon Gooch tracks back for him, and eventually all the Sunderland players are back in their own defence, and Lincoln push up towards halfway, just inside the Sunderland half on the left-hand side. Lincoln come with the ball. Left to right, over on the right-hand wing. Lincoln get the ball, but then pressurised straight away by Certain, but to keep the ball. Oh, and that was bad. That was a Winchester free kick on Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire just released the ball to his teammate, and it wasn't Winchester. It was Alex Pritchard. Went in with the sliding tackle and caught Maguire's legs. Taken quickly from right to left here, from left to right again, over to the centre half, and over onto the right-hand wing, looking to take on Callum Doyle. Takes on Callum Doyle and passes it to his teammate, and then Sunderland get the ball and just leave it for Patterson to collect, and Patterson will just lay it across the floor. Flanagan gives it out to Doyle, just outside of the box here. Doyle passes it from left to right and gives it over to Flanagan. Flanagan to Winchester. Winchester back to Flanagan. Flanagan passes it just inside of the Lincoln half to Pritchard, but loses out to the Lincoln player. And Lincoln are coming back at Sunderland here on halfway. And eventually he's got to pass it back because the rest of his teammates are closed down by Sunderland players. And he passes it all the way back to the keeper, and the keeper gives it out to Regan Poole. Regan Poole on the left-hand side passes it over to his teammate, and then his teammate gives it back to the keeper. The keeper whips it up towards halfway, only as far as Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle gives it back to Anthony Patterson. And Patterson passes it out to the right-hand side, gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan back to Patterson. Patterson back to Flanagan. Flanagan on the right-hand side here, just outside of his own box. And Flanagan whips it up well into the Lincoln half for Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart heads it down for Alex Pritchard. But Alex Pritchard can't get there before Bramall. And Bramall gets the ball, whips it up into the Sunderland half for number 19 in the centre here, and gives it over onto the right-hand side to Lincoln, number 7, inside of the Sunderland box. He takes a shot, and it's well collected, easily collected by Anthony Patterson. And Patterson rolls it out onto the left-hand side, gives it to Dan Neil. Dan Neil to Certain. Dennis Certain now gives it up to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond passes it back to Callum Doyle. Doyle to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it over to Winchester. Winchester inside the Lincoln half, just inside, gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard to Lyndon Gooch. And Gooch gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan passes it over to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle on the left-hand side, running up towards the halfway line here. gets it just inside of the Lincoln half with Dennis Certain here. And Dennis Certain gives it to Dan Neil. Dan Neil passes it back to the centre circle to Winchester. And Winchester gives it back to Dennis Certain, and Certain passes it back to Patterson. Patterson gives it back out to Certain on the halfway line. Certain gives it back to Flanagan. Flanagan on the ball. And Flanagan tries to whip it from right to left towards Diamond, and Diamond collects the ball beautifully, level with the box of Lincoln here, and gives it to Pritchard, and Pritchard trying to find Diamond again and finds Diamond, but referee blows it back for a free kick to Lincoln inside of their own box and says that Diamond pushed the man down. I don't think that was a push. I think it was more of a shoulder barge, and he got the ball fairly. But inside of their own box, Lincoln get a free kick, and the keeper's going to take it. Keeper takes a free kick and gets just inside of the Sunderland half, only as far as Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle gets the ball and brings it down for Dan Neil. Dan Neil brings it down for Winchester, and Winchester gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it back to Patterson. Anthony Patterson gives it back to Flanagan. Flanagan over to Doyle on the left-hand side here. Callum Doyle gives it to Jack Diamond just inside of the Lincoln half, and he's pushing with speed here, Jack Diamond is. And Jack Diamond, is he fouled? Referee says yes, about 10 yards outside of the Lincoln box. Jack Diamond is fouled. He collects the ball brilliantly from Callum Doyle on the halfway line. He runs with speed past about 3 Lincoln players, and then eventually brought down by Chris Maguire about 10 yards outside of the box. Over on the far left-hand side here, opportunity for Sunderland. 18 minutes in. It's Pritchard on the free kick, and you've got Elliot Embleton there amongst the Lincoln wall. Lyndon Gucci, Callum Doyle's there, Ross Stewart's there. Alex Pritchard is going to take the free kick for Sunderland. Dennis Certain stood with him, and he tries to flip it through, but cannot even get past the wall. And Lincoln, easy for Lincoln, bring it away. And then it's deflected off a Sunderland player, Dennis Certain, and Certain eventually gives it back to the Lincoln player. And the Lincoln goalie passes it out to Bramall, and Bramall on the break here for Lincoln and pushes up past the Sunderland halfway line. And only as far as Ross Stewart. Brilliant tracking back from a striker there. Ross Stewart tracked all the way back from his striking possession to take the ball off his man and give it to Tom Flanagan. And Flanagan gives it to Doyle. Doyle back to Flanagan. Flanagan to Winchester. Winchester on halfway gives it to Dan Neil. Dan Neil on the centre line here. Gives it to Dennis Certain on the left-hand side. Passes it back to Callum Doyle. Doyle back to Patterson. Patterson gives it over to Flanagan. Flanagan on halfway. Looking for someone to pass to. Looks to whip it from left to right over towards Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart flips the head on for Jack Diamond. And Jack Diamond looks to take on his man, but goes out of play for what looked like a Sunderland throw-in. But the referee says it came back off Jack Diamond and given a Lincoln throw-in. So Lincoln are going to take the throw-in here over by the east stand, halfway inside of their own half. And he passes it to his number 6. He gives it to his teammate, and he loses the ball, and the referee gives another free kick to Lincoln, which shouldn't have been. So Lincoln get the free kick midway inside of their own half here, and he passes it from the right-hand side on the east stand over towards the left wing where the west stand is, and Bramall gets the ball only as far as Winchester. Loses it to Winchester, and Winchester passes it to Embleton. Embleton tries to find Jack Diamond, but doesn't find a good enough pass. and the referee blows it back off Chris Maguire for a free kick to Sunderland, and Chris Maguire is cursing at the referee. Send him off. Sunderland take the free kick quickly with Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle and Tom Flanagan just playing a little bit of 1-2 here inside of their own half. And now Tom Flanagan gets the ball back and pushing in towards the Lincoln half, gives it Elliot Embleton. Embleton gives it over to Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart back Embleton, but Embleton loses the ball to the Lincoln player midway inside of the Lincoln half. And then Sunderland win the ball back with Jack Diamond, and Jack Diamond get the ball. Jack Diamond's pulled back, but given the play on. And the referee's given the play on to Sunderland, but then Jack Diamond eventually does lose the ball. What happened there? Jack Diamond got the ball over on the left-hand side, over by the east wing, east stand here. And Jack Diamond was pulled back by the shirt, got himself back on his feet, and then he eventually lost the ball just outside the Lincoln box. Referee, it's went out to play, has pulled Teddy Bishop back for Lincoln and given Lincoln another yellow card for that. Play on was played on. Diamond's having a good game, lots of pace. Yes, Diamond is. Diamond's having a great game. A lot of pace from Jack Diamond and Dan Neil as well. Elliot Embleton, I don't know what's happened in the training ground or whatever, or whether he's lost his confidence. He's lost about half a dozen balls already. So Elliot Embleton isn't up to much scratch at the minute. And Lincoln get the ball here over towards the Sunderland half on the left-hand side, over towards level with the Sunderland penalty area. And the ball goes out off Callum Doyle for a Lincoln throw-in. And Bramall's going to take it on the far left-hand side here, over on the far west stand, over by the northwest corner. That's how close it is, this throw-in. And it's Bramall who's going to take it. Bramall takes it for Lincoln and gives it to his player and passes it back in field number 18. And then he passes it back towards his own half on the halfway line now. The number 6 for Lincoln comes away and passes it over to the right-hand side to number 22. And passes it over. Surely he was offside there. And yes, the linesman has put his flag up. Lincoln was offside. Offside by a mile he was. He was offside by a mile. Patterson takes it quickly and gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan to Winchester. Winchester gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard just inside Lincoln half gives it to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond tries to play a through ball into the box for Ross Stewart. Oh, and it's well intercepted by the Lincoln defender and go out of play over by the far southwest corner here for a Sunderland corner kick. That's what we need, a corner kick. Pritchard's a bit quiet, but when he's been on the ball, he's been good. He's played quite well. Pritchard just questioned the linesman here, getting the linesman to have a feel of his ball. He must have thought it was a wee bit soft. But he's going to take the corner kick here, Pritchard, and whips it into the Lincoln penalty area. Goes out to play it again, this time on the southeast corner for a Sunderland corner kick. Yeah, Sunderland corner kick. The Lincoln defender did get a head on it. And Pritchard's going over to take this one as well. The match is on LCTV. It's on SAFC Live 2. Right, Sunderland corner kick over on the southeast corner here. Pritchard to take it again, right footed to come in swinger and whips it in on the in swinger and just missed by Jack Diamond, but comes out only as far as Dan Neil. But Dan Neil couldn't control the ball and Lincoln bring the ball away only into the Sunderland area, but only as far as Dennis Serkin, and Serkin passes it back in the middle to Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan over the right-hand side, Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch looking to take on his man and eventually gets a deflection off his man that goes out to play about 12 yards from the halfway line on the right-hand side here, on the west stand for a Sunderland throw-in. 27 minutes played, still Sunderland 0, Lincoln 0. True fact, the longest it's took us to score in the second half of this season so far. Tom Flanagan gets the ball, gives it over to Callum Doyle on the left-hand side. Callum Doyle's got the ball midway inside of his own half and gives it over to Certain. And Certain tries to pass it at Pritchard, but loses the ball. And luckily it comes back as far as Callum Doyle. And Doyle passes it Patterson to Flanagan. Flanagan pushing his way up towards the halfway line, gets up to the halfway line now and just inside of the Lincoln half, looking for a through ball straight through to Jack Diamond, and Jack Diamond can't get there, but the ball's kept alive by Ross Stewart, and Ross Stewart tries to take on his man, and the Lincoln defender, the number 13, gets a deflection in for another corner kick to Sunderland. Elliot Embleton's gone down on the southwest corner here to take this one with his left foot, and it's going to be an in-swinger from Elliot Embleton. Embleton takes a free kick, corner kick, comes to nothing, and Lincoln try to clear, and Lincoln do clear up towards halfway, but only as far as Certain, and Certain passes it all the way back to Doyle. Doyle on the ball now. Doyle gives it to Lyndon Gooch, midway inside of his own half. Lyndon Gooch pushing up towards halfway, takes on his man. Oh man, loses the ball and puts it out to play for a Lincoln throw-in. Over 2.5 goals, says Mark. If it's about 6-1, I would. Embleton takes the throw in for Sunderland, gives it to Pritchard on the far right-hand wing here, and then gives it to Embleton back. Embleton gives it to Winchester, and Winchester loses it only as far as the Lincoln player, and it goes out to play on the halfway line for a Sunderland throw-in. Taken quickly by Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan on the ball gives it to Callum Doyle in the centre. On the halfway line, right in the centre, Callum Doyle gives it over to Certain, and Certain gives it back to Tom Flanagan, and Flanagan to Doyle. Doyle back to Flanagan. Sunderland having a good little piece of possession play here. Flanagan gives it over to the right-hand wing for Gooch, and Gooch was thinking that Pritchard was on the run on the right-hand wing, tried to pass it down the wing. Pritchard wasn't on the wing, and there was no run. So ultimately, it went out to play level with the Lincoln box for a Lincoln throw-in. And Bramall's all the way back here, and he's going to take, then he gives it to his defender, but then he loses it. And Ross Stewart's on the ball, and the referee pulls it back for a free kick to Lincoln on the edge of their own box, which was not a free kick. Ross Stewart won the ball fair and square there. But free kick's taken quickly anyways by Lincoln, and loses it straight away to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond level with the penalty box and gives it to Alex Pritchard. Pritchard now gives it back to Diamond. Diamond on the ball. Diamond gives it back to Pritchard. Sunderland, a little bit of play just outside of the penalty area of Lincoln's box here. Gives it to Dan Neil, and Dan Neil gives it over. Tom Flanagan on the ball, and Tom Flanagan loses the ball. Lincoln on the play now, and Lincoln are on a wee bit of a break here on the left-hand side, midway inside of Sunderland's half, and here come Lincoln, number 6, passes it back inside and gives it back down on the left-hand wing. And the Lincoln player fouled there by Lyndon Gooch, and the referee pulls it back for a free kick. Free kick taken quickly by Lincoln, and he's inside the Sunderland box, and it's blocked well by Flanagan. Flanagan blocked it well. Oh, and what a shot, and what a goal by Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire scores. Chris Maguire scores a blunder of a goal with the outside of his right foot. Gets the ball. The deflection comes out from Tom Flanagan. Chris Maguire gets the ball, hits it sweet with the outside of his right foot. Patterson gets fingertips onto it, but goes straight through his fingertips and then to the back of the net. And he puts his hands up, Chris Maguire puts his hands up towards the Sunderland fans, and then what an idiot. He runs towards Lee Johnson and shouts in Lee Johnson's face. Chris Maguire, complete wanker, scored the goal, went like that towards the Sunderland fans, run up towards Lee Johnson, and then shouts in Lee Johnson's face like that. What a wanker. Sunderland kick off and lose the ball straight away here when it goes out to play for a Sunderland throw-in midway inside of our own half and gives it to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle passes it inside of his own box. Yes, his own box to Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan gives it to Callum Doyle. Doyle here pushing up towards halfway. Doyle gives it to Dan Neil. Midway inside of the Lincoln half. Gives it to Cirkin. Cirkin gives it to Callum Doyle. Doyle back to Flanagan. Flanagan on halfway here on the centre line. Gives it over to the right-hand side to Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch on the ball now. Lyndon Gooch gets past his man and then he's fouled and Sunderland get a free kick halfway inside of the Lincoln half on the west stand there, right on the west stand byline. And it's taken quickly for Alex Pritchard, and Pritchard couldn't get there before Regan Poole gets it and clears it with his left foot, only as far as Callum Doyle. Not even as far as the halfway line. Callum Doyle gives it over to Neil. And Neil gives it to Ross Stewart. And Stewart back to Neil. Neil passes it back onto the halfway line to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it over to Pritchard. Pritchard on the ball, gives it to Doyle. Doyle's on the ball and gives it all the way back to Patterson. And here comes Callum Doyle now on the left-hand side, pushing up towards halfway, gives it up on the wing towards Dennis Cirkin. And Cirkin wins it well and gives it over towards Ross Stewart. And Ross Stewart gets his head on it. Oh, what a save by the Lincoln goalkeeper. And goes out of play on the southwest corner here for a Sunderland corner kick. Wow, what a ball by Cirkin. Comes in by Cirkin from about 30 yards out. Cirkin brings it down on his chest, gives it to Dan Neil. It comes in from Dan Neil, and Dan Neil whips it in. Ross Stewart gets his head on it. Great save by the keeper, and the corner kick comes in straight away, and it goes out of play, and it's a goal kick for Lincoln. Goal kick for Lincoln. "34 minutes played, Sunderland 0, Lincoln City 1. And honestly, for all we're getting beat, we've not played all that bad. There's a couple of mishaps we could have lined up at the back, but we've not played that bad. And the Lincoln keeper gets the ball up and goes into a Sunderland half only as far as Anthony Patterson. Patterson gives it out to Flanagan just outside of the box. Flanagan passes it from centre to left, gives it to Callum Doyle, and Callum Doyle's got the ball pushing up towards halfway here. Callum Doyle's on the ball, and Doyle gives it in Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart tries to pass it back to Doyle, but loses the ball, and Lincoln's got the ball just inside of the Sunderland half here. And Sunderland get the ball back with Ross Stewart just inside of his own half, and then loses it again with Lincoln. Chris Maguire on the ball here, the goal scorer for Lincoln, loses the ball to Callum Doyle, and Callum Doyle gives it to Neil. Neil on the ball, runs round his man and passes it from right to left over to Cirkin. As Jack Diamond now on the ball, Jack Diamond tries to take on his man, and it comes back down out of play from the air, and Lincoln have it, and Lincoln win the free kick. Things can only get better. Lincoln get the free kick here, just on the edge of their own box, and I mean right on the edge of their own box. The keeper's going to take it, and the keeper takes it and whips it into the Sunderland half. Lyndon Gooch can't get up there before Bramall, but Bramall gets there and passes it back to his man and gives it back into the side of his own half. gives it to his number 22 and whips it halfway inside of the Sunderland half on the right-hand wing here. And well tackled by Sunderland. Well tackled by Dan Neil. And Dan Neil gives it to Doyle. And it runs right the way through and goes to Patterson. Patterson to Flanagan. Rolls it out to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it to Doyle. Midway inside of his own half. Gives it back to Flanagan on the right-hand side here. Flanagan looking for a big right to left here. And he finds that big right to left with Jack Diamond. But Jack Diamond just cannot control it. And it goes out of play for a Lincoln goal kick. "37 minutes in, guys. A Sunderland 0, Lincoln 1. A bit of an injury going on here for Lincoln. Wasting time. He's got a bit of a burst nose. That's it. Wasting time completely here. The Lincoln players are. I think he's burst his nose, but has he actually burst his nose or what? Well, the referee's blown. Everyone's went for a bit of a water break, bit of a juice break. And the referee's blown everybody back on the pitch now. And the referee eventually gets this game back underway with Lincoln goalkeeper taking the free kick midway inside of Sunderland's half, missed by Chris Maguire, but then referee's teammate on the left-hand side, Lyndon Gooch, trying to close his man down to get the ball. Lyndon Gooch does well to close down the ball, and it puts it out of play over on the southwest corner here for a corner kick to Lincoln. And it's going to be another corner kick for Lincoln from Chris Maguire. He takes it quickly and it comes out by the head of Callum Doyle. Only as far as the Lincoln player and passes it back to Bramall inside of his own half. And Bramall whips it from inside of his own half to the left-hand side, only as far as Ross Stewart's head. Ross Stewart heads it back to the Lincoln player for some reason. And Lincoln come away with the ball. And it goes out of play of the Lincoln player midway inside of his own half for the Sunderland throw-in. Sunderland throw in here, and it's going to be taken by Cerkin. And Cerkin takes the throw in back towards the halfway to Callum Doyle, and Doyle gives it Flanagan. Flanagan over towards Neil, and Neil gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan whips it over to the far right hand side, trying to find Gooch, and does find Gooch. Lyndon Gooch hasn't got anyone with him. He has now, though. He's got Winchester. He's got Doyle. He chooses Doyle, and Callum Doyle whips it through. Tries to find Hamilton, and Hamilton loses the ball to the Lincoln player. And then Winchester ends up snapping Chris Maguire and gets a yellow card. Carl Winchester, yellow card, snaps Chris Maguire. Aye, aye, aye. Free kick taken quickly by Lincoln and passed down onto the left-hand wing inside of his own area still to Bramall. And Bramall gives it back to Reagan Poole, and Poole passes it back to his goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper whips it up over onto the right-hand wing, over onto the halfway line. It goes out of play off the head of the Lincoln player for a Sunderland throw-in. Dan Neil takes it quickly to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle midway inside of his own half gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan now on the ball, gives it over the left-hand side back to Doyle. Doyle gives it into the Lincoln half, halfway inside of the Lincoln half to Certain. And Certain loses the ball far too easy there to the Lincoln player. But then it comes back to Dan Neil, and Dan Neil is tripped up, and the referee says free kick to Sunderland. Halfway inside of the Lincoln half. And it's a free kick to Sunderland and another yellow card for Lincoln. Timothy Ayoma deserves a yellow card for that name. Right, Sunderland's going to take free kick here. Embleton stood over it. Pritchard stood over it. Pritchard whips it in for Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan's head whips the ball out of play for a goal kick to Lincoln. Mad Mackham says, is there any chance Lee Johnson can put fire into their bellies for the second half? So sick of the lads coming out after half-time looking like they've had a lovely nap. Now, my experience of Sunderland, that's just Sunderland. Go right away back to the days of Peter Reid. We came out second half looking like we'd had a lovely nap. Don't know what it is, but that's just the way we've always been. Terrible the way we've played the past 20 years, actually. Jeff Holcroft says, 280 on the chat. Please click for Rock On Tommy. Cheers, Jeff. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, subscribe to the channel. It'll give you our latest notifications on videos, live streams that are away to be done. We do, as well as our live streams, we do our Thursday night live and our Sunday bunch. And you get to see my ugly mug. So what more can you want? Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because it really helps us out. And here comes Winchester on the ball now. Passes it down onto the right-hand wing. Lyndon Gooch whips it in. Whips it into the Lincoln box, and it's headed out by the Lincoln defender, only as far as Alex Pritchard. Pritchard passes it back down onto the right-hand side to Gooch. And Gooch gives it back to the halfway line to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it to Doyle. Doyle pushing halfway inside of the Lincoln half here. And Callum Doyle gives it back to Flanagan. And Flanagan's on the ball now. Flanagan's looking for a pass through. Gives it Embleton. Embleton can't find a way through and passes it back into his own half to Flanagan. And Flanagan on the ball, passes it over to Doyle. Doyle over to Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart to Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch now. Lyndon Gooch gives it Dan Neil. Dan Neil over to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle on the ball, looking for a way through, finds a way through with Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart tries to take a shot away, but it's blocked only as far as Lyndon Gooch, and the ball comes back in by Lyndon Gooch. And it's too close to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper collects it safely, and danger over for Lincoln. There comes Carl Winchester. Now pushing for a way through. They only find Lyndon Gooch. Can't even find Lyndon Gooch and puts it out to play for a throw-in on the halfway line to Lincoln. 45 minutes, and the added amount of time is 3 minutes at a time. 3 minutes at a time at the end of this first 45. Well, I hope we'll come out roaring and shouting better in the second half than we have done in the first half. Bramall, number 15, is going to take the throw in here for Lincoln and whips it up and well into the Sunderland half to Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire on the left-hand side. Gives it over on the far left-hand side towards the corner flag. Tries to take on Elliot Embleton, and Elliot Embleton deflects it and whips it out, and it's a corner kick to Lincoln. Fourth corner here for Lincoln, over on this far southwest corner. And guess who's going to take it? Don't need to say who's going to take it. Chris Maguire takes a corner kick and it comes in only as far as Callum Doyle. Well, referee says goal kick, so it must have been a Lincoln head it came off. Chris Warren, hello from New Zealand. Well done on the commentary, very good. You could have predicted that all day. Chris Maguire to score, typical Sunderland. Yeah, absolutely right there, Chris. Absolutely bang on, mate. Here comes Sunderland now, and the ball comes down for Ross Stewart. In towards Winchester. Winchester brings it down for Stewart, and Stewart whips it out and whips it off the defender for a corner kick. And the linesman's given a goal kick. Should have been a corner kick, blatant corner kick, and the linesman has given a goal kick. Blatant corner. Which TV channel? You can get on Lincoln City TV, or the best one I like, because the better commentators is SAFC Fan TV. This one. You can get on SAFC Live. Lincoln goalie takes a goal kick that should have been a corner kick, but wasn't a corner kick because the referee said goal kick, so it wasn't a corner kick at all. And it comes down only as far as Flanagan. Flanagan gives it back to Patterson. Patterson whips it up towards Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart gets it. Three Sunderland men chasing down the goalkeeper of Lincoln here as he gets the ball back. And the referee blows for half-time. That is half-time, guys. Sunderland 0, Lincoln City 1 at the break with a Chris Maguire goal. Go put the kettle on. Go have some fresh air. I'm going to give you a wee advert from Philly, just about our sponsors, One Football, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
We just want to say a big thank you to the One Football app for sponsoring SAFC Fan TV. It's a superb app. If you want to download it, it is free to download. The link to download it is in the description below. It's got all the latest news on your club, all the player stats, performance ratings. Follow the transfer news and transfer rumours. They are all available on the One Football app. Once again, a massive thank you to them for sponsoring SAFC Fan TV.
Well, hello, welcome back. And, well, them half-time statistics say it all. Possession, 59.9% in favour for Sunderland, 40.1% for Lincoln. Total shots, 2 for Sunderland and 1 for Lincoln. Passing accuracy, 85% for Sunderland, 72% for Lincoln. Attacking third, 62% for Sunderland and 50% for Lincoln. So we have been the dominant side. Ultimately, I mean, we've been the dominant side, but it's our defence that's let us down a wee bit. And the referee, to be fair, the referee's let us down a couple of times. A couple of corners that we could have had. Mixing a Wickham 1-0 up at Bolton. Well, we knew that was going to happen. But what's your takes on that first half, just by the commentary? I mean, my first takes are Sunderland started off really, really well. First 15 minutes, done really well. And then we just started to slip away a little bit and started to give more possession back to Lincoln. I think most of that 59.9% possession in the first half has came in the first 15, 20 minutes. After that, it seems like we've just let go. Elliot Embleton's lost more balls than I care to count. There's your half-time scores. Doncaster Rovers 0, Fleetwood 1, MK Dons 1, Wimbledon 0, Sunderland 0, Lincoln 1, and Bolton Wanderers 0. Bolton Wanderers are getting beat 1-0. So last 4 games at home against Lincoln, we won. Needs to win today too. Couldn't agree more. We do need to win today. We need to win just simply because Rotherham have 1 game in hand on us after tonight. We need to win, put ourselves top, put the pressure back on Rotherham and the other teams surrounding us, Wickham and Wigan, because let's not forget, Wigan have got 3 games in hand or something. So we just need to win. Not worry about everybody else. We just need to win. I don't know what he's got to say at halftime in the dressing room or what he's got to say before games in the dressing room, but it's simple. Go out there, give it your all. 99% of yous are better than League One players. Get out there and get the 3 points any which way. DJF says if we don't win tonight, it's bye-bye automatic promotion. VR46 says he needs a Sunderland win for €2,000. I hope they win, VR46. Any chances in first half for Sunderland? Had a couple of chances, but just the final thirds let us down a wee bit too much. Elliot Embleton's lost a lot of balls in that first half. I don't know what's the matter with him. Goalkeeper statistics, 1 save each. Catches percentage-wise, 0% for Patterson and 100% for the Lincoln goalie. 1 player better than Division 1, Stewart. Well, I dare say Dan Neil's better than Division 1. I dare say Alex Pritchard's better than Division 1. Oh, you want to come see? You want to come see everyone? Go on then. No. Why do you attempt to try and fly on my head then? Anyways, I mean, do you know I moved to Scotland? Oh, what will it be now? Be about 10 years I've been up here, you know. And 2 seasons ago, was it 2 seasons ago when it was decided by points per game? No, that was last season. Well, the season when we were top of the table with 8 games to go and we had 2 games in hand on second and third, and we ended up staying down. That season, I vowed down I will never watch Sunderland again. But when it's in your heart, it's in your heart. By Christ, I must have travelled about 24 times down from Scotland and go and watch us. But anyways, so does anyone want any new signings to come in this month? I think personally we could do with a new right back and a new right mid. Maybe it's a left mid, and maybe it's an attacking midfielder. I think if we got them 4 positions fulfilled, would be all right. But then, where is Kyril's money? Where's his money at? He did say, "Oh, I'm not going to be going daft with money or anything. It's what do you say? It's an investment. It's an investment opportunity for the future. So it's going to be a long play game," I think he said. But where's his money? He hasn't really put any money into the club, because the money that we've put out for the likes of Ross Stewart and that is money that we've already had off previous players. So I don't know. Roy Keane is saying we need a new manager. Well, I'm not so sure about the Johnson out category, right? Because simply putting it is, look at where it's got us in previous seasons. In fact, the past 20 years, where's it ever gotten us changing manager? Nowhere. Nowhere at all. I think we need players in who care, and not just about the wage slip, who care about the fans, care about the club, and are dedicated to what they're doing. I mean, they train for 12 hours a week, and then they go out and play an hour and a half worth of football for 25, 30 grand a week. If I was getting 25, 30 grand a week to train 12 hours and play an hour and a half, I'd be working my ass off. Honestly, I would. I'd be working my ass off week in, week out. And that's what's wrong with the modern football of today. All about the money and players not really caring about what the club and fan base stands for. And that goes for every club and fan base, not just Sunderland. It's just unfortunate that we've been the unfortunate ones on the end of disaster for the past God knows how long. I'd say the last time we didn't have a disastrous season was probably the Kevin Phillips, Niall Quinn season, finished 6th in the league. That's probably the last time we had a non-disastrous season. People might say, like all the young ones, "Oh yeah, but what about that time when we had 8 games to go and it was sure relegation?" We were in a relegation fight. That's a disastrous season for a club and the fan base the size of ours. Stephen Jones, I couldn't agree more. Stephen Jones says Sunderland always get in a good position, then mess it up. Absolutely bang on. Absolutely bang on indeed. Not sure we can realistically go down the sack the manager route when we are turning over teams 5-0 1 week and then getting beat a daft 1-0 a couple of weeks after. Couldn't agree more, Robin Jody. At Sunderland, we're used to it, Emma Hansen. Well, you'd think that we're used to it, but I'm not. Hoffman needs to play the next match. Can't afford goalkeeping hours like today. I think Hoffman was out because he had COVID. So the teams are just coming out now. I'll play you another quick wee advert from Philly, and then we'll get straight back on.
SAFC Fan TV would like to thank our sponsors, OneFootball. This is a superb football app that every football fan should have. Keep up to date with all the players' stats and, of course, any injuries that you may have in your squad. You can check out the opposition, the team you're playing that coming week, and find out who their danger men are. To download this app, there is a link in the description below. Download it now, and thanks once again to OneFootball for sponsoring SAFC Fan TV.
And we're just about to get back underway here at the Stadium of Light, and it looks like Pritchard is going to get us underway when the referee blows his whistle, and the whistle's blue. Pritchard gives it Embleton. Embleton over onto the right-hand side of Winchester. Winchester passes it from right to left and gives it to Callum Doyle. Doyle gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan back to Doyle. Doyle on the ball now. And Doyle gives it back to Flanagan. Flanagan whips it into the Lincoln half. And Flanagan couldn't do nothing with it apart from whip it. Jack Diamond couldn't get the ball, and it goes straight through to the Lincoln goalkeeper, who rolls it out to his defender. He tries to get it up towards the Sunderland halfway line, but only as far as Callum Doyle. And Callum Doyle loses it again to the Lincoln man, only as far as Patterson. And Patterson outside of his box here. Patterson looking for someone to pass to before he's closed down. Passes it to Doyle, and Doyle can't get there. And the Lincoln player takes a shot, but luckily Patterson was back in his goal just in time and rolls it out to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it to Winchester. Winchester back to Flanagan. Flanagan on the ball now. Flanagan whips it up into the Lincoln half and heads it up towards Ross Stewart, but doesn't come to Ross Stewart. Lincoln player heads it down only as far as Pritchard and comes back into the Sunderland half to Doyle. Doyle to Cirkin on the left-hand side here. Over on the left-hand side, gives it to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond looking to take on his man. Tries to take on his man. Does take on his man. Passes it back to Cirkin. Cirkin just outside the box there. Looking for someone past him. Gives it Embleton. Embleton tries to find Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond doesn't find it. Lincoln player does find it. Goes out of play. Level with, I would say, the penalty spot, the Lincoln penalty spot for a throw-in to Sunderland. Throw it to Sunderland. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. It was a throw it to Sunderland. Cameras went back. Balls went out of play, obviously, off a Sunderland player, and it goes out of play off for a Lincoln throw in. And he takes it still level with his own box and passes it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Now, Ross Stewart's trying to close the goalie down, but doesn't close him down in time. And the keeper tries to whip it up to whoever it was, but goes out of play midway inside of his own half over on the east stand there for a Sunderland throw-in, taken quickly by Winchester. Gives it Flanagan. Flanagan tries to whip the ball into Ross Stewart. Gives it to Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart tries to find his man, but Ross Stewart is called offside. Ross Stewart called offside. And the Lincoln goalie takes a offside free kick. Only as far as Flanagan. Flanagan heads it back to Patterson. Patterson collects it and rolls it out to Doyle. Doyle gives it over to Cirkin now. And Flanagan on the ball. Flanagan looking to run towards halfway, but can't find his way past. And now he does find his way past two Lincoln men. Gets his way into the Lincoln half and passes it over to Lyndon Gooch on the far right-hand side here. And Lyndon Gooch is on the ball. Lyndon Gooch looking to get his way past these two men as well, and does find his way past these two men. Gives it to Pritchard. And Pritchard just outside the penalty box there. Gives it to Lyndon Gooch, and Lyndon Gooch finds the way inside the box. Gives it over Ross Stewart. And Ross Stewart gets his head on it, but the Lincoln man gets his head on it as well. And it goes out of play, deflected off the Lincoln man for a Sunderland corner kick. Sunderland corner kick over onto the northwest corner here. Northwest corner kick to Sunderland. Good bit of build-up play from Pritchard and Gooch. And the header from Ross Stewart clips the head of Bramall for Lincoln and goes out of play for a corner kick to Sunderland. In the meantime, there is a Lincoln player down inside of his own box, and the physio team is on, so referees stopped play just now. We're still in a pause of play here, guys. There is an injury to a Lincoln player. I'm not sure what Lincoln player because the physio's in the way of the camera. Have we got any Rangers fans joining us tonight for the live stream? Anybody who likes Rangers? Anybody think Rangers are going to win the league? What's happening with the sound, Tommy? You keep turning into Darth Vader. I don't know. It seems all right. I mean, I'm watching it on another device as well, and it seems all right. Marinoio Flavius wins Sunderland. Sunderland aren't winning, but Sunderland have got a corner kick here. It's 1-0 to Lincoln, 52 minutes in as we currently stand. Alex Pritchard's going to take the corner kick here over by the north-west corner. And Pritchard takes the head-swing free kick. And it comes into the box, and then it's cleared straight back out by a Lincoln player. Excuse me. Goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly by Pritchard and Neil. Neil whips it in of the box at the Lincoln area. Tries to get to Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart can't find it. Ball comes out only as far as Flanagan. Flanagan whips it over onto the left-hand wing. Gives it to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond looks for a perfect ball in. Oh, Lyndon Gooch was just there behind the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper collects it absolutely fine. 52.5 minutes in. It's Sunderland 0, Lincoln 1. Marinoio Flavius says, hello of Romania. Hello. Hello there, Romania. Cody Gunn says, hello. Hello, Cody. And the ball comes back into the Lincoln half here. And is that offside for Jack Diamond? Or is that a Sunderland throw-in? It's a Sunderland throw-in. Elliot Hamilton takes a free kick. It was a free kick for Sunderland, and it's taken quickly to Dan Neil over onto the left-hand wing to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond gives it to Dan Neil, and Dan Neil's on the ball now. Neil gives it back to Serkin, and Serkin all the way back to Patterson, midway inside his own half. Patterson gives it to Serkin on the halfway line. Serkin whips it up towards Lyndon Gooch, and Lyndon Gooch can't get there before the Lincoln man heads it on to his goalkeeper. And the Lincoln goalkeeper takes it in his hand, drops it onto the floor, and then whips it up towards halfway, gets it up towards halfway only as far as Serkin, and Serkin to Diamond to Pritchard. Pritchard tries to play through the ball to Diamond, but Diamond's not quick enough, and it goes out to play for a Lincoln throw it. Midway side of the own half, over on the west stand there. the throw-in's taken. Ross Stewart closes down his man really well, but his man keeps the ball. Ross Stewart can't make anything of it. Passes it from right over to left. Over onto the left-hand side here. Bramall on the ball. Bramall gives it back to Regan Poole. And Regan Poole on the ball. And Poole whips it up towards the Sunderland half. Can he find a man? Only as far as Certain. And Certain gives it to Doyle. Certain heads the ball down to Doyle. And Doyle passes it along the floor to Flanagan. Flanagan passes it to Embleton. Embleton back to Doyle. Doyle back to Flanagan. Flanagan back to Doyle. Doyle back to Flanagan. On the halfway line here, on the right-hand side for Sunderland, pushing up midway inside of the Lincoln half. Tom Flanagan still on the ball. And Flanagan passes it over onto the right-hand wing to Winchester. Winchester passes it back towards halfway line to Flanagan. Flanagan gives it back on halfway to Callum Doyle. And Callum Doyle runs from centre to left and passes it down onto the left-hand side to Jack Diamond. Jack Diamond whips the ball into the box for Alex Pritchard. But Pritchard's not tall enough. Ross Stewart, can he get there? No, he can't. But Embleton gets the clear up of the ball. And Embleton's fouled, is he? Referee says no foul. Referee says no foul right on the edge of the box there for Sunderland. And Lincoln break away with 2 men on 2. And Lincoln have got the ball. And Lincoln get the ball now. And Lincoln have got a penalty kick. And it's a red card for Paul Winchester. Paul Winchester gets a red card. And Chris Maguire is fouled inside of the area. Just to put this clear, Sunderland should have had a foul on the edge of the Lincoln box in that build-up play 10 seconds earlier. Sunderland, it should have been a Sunderland free kick, but no, referee gives a foul on Lincoln. The number 7 for Lincoln whips his way through on the right-hand side into the centre, midway inside of the Sunderland half. Plays a lovely through ball to Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire goes down inside of the Sunderland box under Carl Winchester. Referee goes instantly. Carl Winchester red card. The referee giving a penalty to Lincoln, and Chris Maguire is going to step up to take the penalty for Lincoln City. It's Chris Maguire against Nathan Patterson, Anthony Patterson here. Chris Maguire is going to take a penalty kick. He scores this. It's game over for Sunderland. Referee is going to blow his whistle any minute. He blows his whistle. Maguire steps up. Maguire scores for Lincoln City. And Lincoln City are 2-0 up here against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Chris Maguire with both goals. Chris Maguire with both goals. Sunderland 10 men. Chris Maguire 2 goals. Lincoln City 2-0 up. Lincoln City 2-0 up. Chris Maguire on the 31st minute with a wonder goal that went straight through Patterson's hands. And then Chris Maguire with a goal on the 57th minute, thanks to a penalty conceded by Carl Winchester. Sunderland down to 10 men. Carl Winchester red carded. Game over. Promotion hopes over. Lincoln have got the ball midway inside of the Sunderland half here. Lincoln pushing up on the right-hand side, but then when well tackled by Certain, and Certain only pushes the ball out as far as the Lincoln midfielder. He passes it all the way back to his defender. Just on halfway, Lincoln now here, just passing it around now, passing the ball around. But no, if we hold on for half an hour, they second the ball comes in, and Flanagan gets a deflection which had Patterson confused and nearly went into the back of his own net for 3-0. Instead, it goes out of play by inches of the post for a Lincoln corner kick. Sorry, Chris Maguire. Never mind. We were bound to lose sooner or later. Patterson on the ball now. Patterson inside his own half. Of course he's inside his own half. He's the goalkeeper. Be worried if he wasn't. Might as well have not been in his own half, mind. Lincoln on the ball now. Maybe inside of their own half and try pushing up towards halfway and pushing up from left to right really well to the number 7, and number 7 loses out and it goes out for a throw in to Sunderland. Dennis takes it quickly, gives it to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle on the ball now. Doyle gives it over Embleton. Embleton back to Doyle. Doyle whips it from the left into the side. He's going after Ross Stewart on the right hand side. Ross Stewart's on the ball. Ross Stewart's inside of the Lincoln box and then runs back outside of the Lincoln box over on the far right hand side by the corner here. Tries to get the ball through to someone. Nobody there. Loses out and Lincoln come away with the ball again. And Elliot Embleton gets the ball. Elliot Embleton tries to find the ball through. Loses out to Lincoln. Elliot Embleton loses out again. Tommy, your internet's freezing. How's that? Is that better? Send you a silver line and keep the faith even in the darkest night. I've kept the faith for far too many bloody years when it comes to Sunderland. Lincoln on the ball in their own area and pass it back halfway line and gives it over onto the right hand side. Second leaves it for Patterson. Patterson collects it, picks it up and rolls it out to Flanagan. Flanagan whips it up towards Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart tries to hold up the ball well. Can it hold up because he's fouled and the referee has a blue for a foul. Referee, you don't know what you're doing. Lyndon Gooch gets there first and gives it back to Patterson. Patterson whips the ball up towards halfway to Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart gets it to Dan Neil. Dan Neil gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan over towards Doyle, and Doyle gets the ball, pushing up towards halfway. And Doyle's on the ball now. Doyle takes on 2 of his men and passes it down onto the wing and gives it to Dan Neil. Dan Neil looking for a good cross into the area. Doesn't find a good cross into the area. It was Dennis Cirkin, not Dan Neil. Can't find a good cross. Ball comes out level with the Lincoln edge of the box for a throw in to Sunderland. Substitution taking place here. Jack Diamond is coming off and Aidan O'Brien is coming on. And Dennis Serkin is coming off. And Denver Hume is coming on. O'Brien and Hume on. Serkin, I don't know how the one was, can't remember, is off. So in comes Denver Hume with his first touch of the ball with the throw and gives it to Alex Pritchard. Pritchard passes it back to Denver Hume. Denver Hume looking to run round his man. Can't run round his man. Runs it out of play instead. And it's out of play for a Lincoln throw-in. Will Sunderland score a goal in your opinion? Nope. Come on, Lincoln. Take your throw-in. Eventually, he takes his throw-in. Ayomi or whatever his name is. And now Sunderland get the ball back with Aidan O'Brien with his first touch of the ball. Gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard plays it through to Denver Hume. And Denver Hume looking for a ball through. And Denver Hume can't find the ball through. Can't even find the ball into the 8-yard area. Goes out of play off his left foot for a goal kick to Lincoln. And Lincoln take the kick and it comes up. And as far as Flanagan whips it up, tries to get it in Lincoln half. But in the own half, it's taken by Flanagan and given to Doyle. And Doyle whips it from the halfway line over to the right-hand side. Ross Stewart. Stewart heads it on to O'Brien, and O'Brien's on the ball. Gives it Pritchard, and Pritchard's brought down there, and the referee says no penalty. Yes, it is. It's a penalty. Eventually, the referee points to the spot. Penalty for Sunderland, no doubt about it. Pritchard was pulled down inside of the area. But the question is, was that a red card? The referee hasn't given a red card. I think it was a red card. It was a goal scoring opportunity. Ball comes over from Hume, headed on by Ross Stewart. Aidan O'Brien gets the ball inside of Pritchard, and Pritchard is brought down just outside of the 6-yard area when he's away to take a shot. Referee, yes, he points to the spot, but no red card. No red card. Well, that was more of a red card than Winchester's. Ross Stewart for goal number 18 of the season. Steps up, places the ball on the penalty spot for Sunderland, shooting towards this north stand here. The referee blows his whistle. Ross Stewart steps up. No doubt about it. He scores the goal, and it's Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 2, 68 minutes on the clock. Is there a way back for Sunderland? Is there a way back? Ross Stewart takes the shot of the penalty. It's initially saved by the keeper, but the keeper only gets one hand onto it. It lands behind the keeper, and Ross Stewart just runs up behind the keeper and makes sure that it's behind the line. Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 2. Chris Maguire kicks back off the Lincoln City. Over towards Regan Poole on the right-hand side, and Regan Poole whips it up into the Sunderland half midway inside, gives it to Callum Doyle, but Doyle brings it down to Hume, and Hume is fouled. Denver Hume is fouled. Lincoln are playing very, very dirty play now. Very, very dirty play. Alex Pritchard starts going to take a free kick just inside of the Lincoln half on the left-hand side here, or otherwise known as the west stand. Right on the left-hand side, he whips it right into the box for Ross Stewart. And it's a good, oh, and it's clean up. How did he manage to clear that? Beaten by a header off Ross Stewart. It goes over the goalkeeper of Lincoln City, over the defenders, and the number 2 defender, Regan Poole, is there to clear it right off the line. And the ball comes out again, and this is more like it from Sunderland. And Alex Pritchard gets it over Ross Stewart, Dan Neil, and Dan Neil gets it over Hamlin. Oh, and what a save by the Lincoln goalkeeper. 34 yards out. Takes a shot. Lovely play for Pritchard to see it through to Ross Stewart. And Ross Stewart passes it over to Dan Neil. And Dan Neil gives it over Embleton. Embleton takes the shot. 34 yards out. And it's saved by the keeper. It goes out for a corner kick. And the corner kick is taken by Sunderland. And it comes out. That's wasted. It's a wasted corner kick. Straight up. Lincoln City goal kick. Good little bit of play since the goal from Sunderland here. Let's have a look at that free kick again. Beautiful free kick taken by Pritchard. Comes over and it's met almost by Ross Stewart and Dan Neil. And it goes over all the heads, but cleared off the line by Regan Poole. Good bit of play since the goal. Sunderland, remember, only have 10 men here. Carl Winchester sent off thanks to a 57th minute dive from Chris Maguire. That ultimately gave them a penalty, a red card for Sunderland, and Lincoln City the 2-0 lead. Sunderland brought it back with a penalty of themselves from Ross Stewart. It's game on. It's 72 minutes in. It's Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 2. And Lyndon Gooch comes away with the ball and gives it up to Aidan O'Brien inside of Lincoln half. And he's fouled. Referee says no foul, and Lincoln come away with the ball inside of the Sunderland half, over on the left-hand side of the east stand there. And Lincoln try to play the ball in, but it's only as far as Tom Flanagan. But Tom Flanagan tries to pass it out to Dan Neil. Dan Neil loses the ball to the Lincoln man. The Lincoln man takes a shot on. Oh, and it must have hit row 44 in the Stadium of Light. Poor effort from Lincoln City. Denver Hume clears it, comes out to Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan tries to take control, can't take control, comes out of a Lincoln City man, and he tries to take the shot on first time. Must have hit row 44 behind the goal and close to the corner flag. The ball comes up. Chris Maguire's got the ball midway inside of the Sunderland half here. Looking to take on Callum Doyle. And eventually, Chris Maguire runs the ball out of play. Sunderland throw in. Callum Doyle's got the throw in. And he takes it quickly and gives it to Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch back to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle tries to play it down on the floor back to Lyndon Gooch. Doesn't find it. The ball comes into Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan gives it out to Denver Hume. Hume on the ball now. Hume pushes it up with a bit of speed and accuracy towards the halfway line and gives it to Alex Pritchard. And Pritchard whipping the ball up towards Ross Stewart. Just a bit too much power on it from Alex Pritchard for Ross Stewart, and it goes out of play for a leg and City goal kick. 72 minutes in. Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 2. 213 on the live stream, 160 likes. Let's try and get 200 likes before full time. And you never know your 200 likes might just get us back onto a draw. Inside the 74th minute here, and it's still Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 2. Lincoln have the one-man advantage after that 57th minute penalty. I say a penalty, it was more like a dive for Chris Maguire, and the referee fell for it. Carl Winchester sent off for that foul. Chris Maguire on the 57th minute put Lincoln City 2-0 up. And then 6 minutes later, Sunderland scored a penalty of their own thanks to conversion from Ross Stewart. The Loch Ness dropped that to make it Sunderland 1, Lincoln 2. 74 minutes, just going inside at the 75-minute mark here. And it's a Sunderland corner kick over by the northeast stand. Northeast corner, and Pritchard's going to take an out swinging corner kick here for Sunderland. You've got 7 men inside the box, and the ball comes in for one man only, but he can't find it. And Lyndon Gooch misses his shot altogether from 30 yards out, and now Lincoln can break, and the ball comes to Chris Maguire midway inside the Sunderland half. Looking for his hat-trick against Sunderland, and he gets it. Chris Maguire gets his hat-trick against Sunderland. Sunderland 1, Lincoln City 3. Poor defending from Sunderland. Poor miss kick from Lyndon Gooch. Poor goalkeeping from Anthony Patterson. Poor all round. There's not one Sunderland player in this team deserves more than a 5 rating for me. The worst I've seen us play since the start of the season. But then again, it is League One Sunderland. It is League One football. And it is typical second half Sunderland. Absolutely rubbish. Straight out of the blocks off the corner, Lincoln City, where the ball comes out. Lyndon Gooch mistimes his kick, misses the ball altogether. Lincoln City break. Through ball for Chris Maguire. Patterson comes out with his penalty spot. Maguire dinks it over Patterson. Lincoln City 3, Sunderland 1. Alan Carr says, and that's what a Gooch does. Aye, fucks it up. Dan Neil on the ball now. Dan Neil passes it back into his own half to Tom Flanagan. Tom Flanagan gives it to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle tries to pass it through Embleton, but misses Embleton, that comes away with Lincoln again, and Lincoln trying to come away, and Tom Flanagan intercepts. Tom Flanagan gets the ball, gives it back. Patterson. Best player on the pitch tonight, 77 minutes in. Tom Flanagan, surprisingly. Worst player on the pitch, the other 10. DJF says, Sunderland are top dogs at ups. Yes, you're absolutely bang on there, DJF. You're absolutely bang on. Callum Doyle comes away with the ball for Sunderland, gives it to Denver Hume on the left-hand side. Over on the left and gives it Alex Pritchard. Alex Pritchard trying to find his way past his man. Can't find his way past his man. And it goes out play. Sunderland throw in. Look like a Lincoln throw in. Looks like the referee's trying to give us a little bit of an advantage. Give it us for throw in. Instead, Denver Hume takes it. Denver Hume passes it back. Doyle back. Flanagan inside his own half. What's he going to do? And he passes it back to Patterson. Patterson whips it up there towards Ross Stewart. Can't find Ross Stewart. Finds the Lincoln man. And the Lincoln man comes away with it. Chris Maguire, hat-trick for Lincoln tonight. I blame Johnson. Johnson got rid of Chris Maguire. He's a lot better than Lyndon Gooch. Aidan O'Brien on the ball now, just inside the Lincoln half, and loses out to Bramall of Lincoln, and Bramall trying to push his way forward and pushes his way forward well. Passes it in, Chris Maguire tries to get it, and the penalty spot, Chris Maguire, and Patterson comes out with his goal and collects it again. Chris Maguire nearly on goal number 4 there. Tom Flanagan on the ball. And Flanagan whips it into the Lincoln half. Flanagan tries to push it up Denver Hume, but not an accurate pass at all, and finds the big guy at the back for Lincoln, whoever his name is. Ayomi or whatever his fucking name is. Feel sorry for wee Philly if he has to do interviews tonight. Going to be some very angry fans. Luckily for Philly, I don't think he is doing interviews tonight. But what's to say nobody else will be doing it? I'm glad I'm not there. I'm glad I'm not there. And I'm glad I can't effing curse and everything on here because you'd hear the worst of it. Here comes Chris Maguire, hat-trick hero. I wish Dan Neil or Aidan O'Brien would just snap his leg. Snap his leg. End his career. Don't care what he's done for us. Don't care how much the fans loved him. I'll give him his due on one thing, and one thing only. Not one of his goals as he celebrated in front of the fans tonight. Celebrated his first goal in front of Lee Johnson. But I think that was just like a celebration. Was have to go. See? You let us go. If you ever get offered the manager of the month award, don't accept it. You are absolutely bang on there. Remember last season, manager of the month, we didn't go. What was that? Well, that was about December as well, wasn't it? Mind you, one defeat in 11 games against the playoff pushing rival. You can't really complain. I mean, you can because we're Sunderland fans. We're Sunderland at heart. But it's just absolute. Good turnout. Indeed, tonight, it was a good turnout. I would maybe say about 27,000, 28,000 or something. But that's why I was stadium isn't filled all the time, because we know how much disappointing hopefuls Sunderland FC are. The other 15,000 are just people who know reality. I need to start coming to more games down there. I'm not commentating because Lincoln's on the ball now inside the Sunderland half and it runs out for a Sunderland goal kick. It's 83 minutes in. It's Sunderland 1, Lincoln 3. I think we can safely say it's game over. Goal kick. Hey, and the referee's given a corner kick. It was a bloody goal kick. I don't understand any of the Mad Max. Mad Max is saying I really can't understand a club the size of Sunderland not being able to get out of this league. Do you know what? I can't understand it either. Lincoln players just been booked for diving inside of the box. Lewis Fiorini. Anyways, I mean, tell me your usual passion dampened by a shocking night. Don't blame me. Well, it is Sunderland, to be fair. I always try to be passionate, but it's hard to be passionate when your team is playing as rubbish as they are. I always try to be passionate for both sides. I always try to be non-biased, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. When you're playing at home against a team like Lincoln, a team like you should be winning. Even a draw tonight would have been good. It would have seen us top of the table. So I try to be passionate, but your voice says it all. Maguire has told you about tonight. Lincoln couldn't buy a goal most nights. Lincoln couldn't buy a goal tonight had Chris Maguire not been playing. Couldn't have bought a goal all night tonight had Chris Maguire not been playing.
Chris Maguire has been a one-man team for Lincoln tonight. Him and Brummel. Brummel on the left-hand side and Chris Maguire in the centre. They've just been a force to be reckoned with, the pair of them tonight. And Sunderland have came up and not even tried. Not even tried. They can't even say, oh, well, we tried and we just didn't succeed. No, they haven't even tried tonight. They've just turned up. They've turned up. They haven't even tried.
It's absolute bollocks from 28,000 fans who have chose to go and watch this shite on a Tuesday night. Bottlers, that's what we are. Absolute bottlers. Sunderland's got through it here inside of the 86th minute. It's still Sunderland 1, Lincoln 3. Sunderland still down to 10 men, of course, because of that dive from Chris Maguire that gave them the penalty and gave Sunderland the red card. It was Winchester who got red carded. I can't stress it enough. It was a dive from Maguire. It's showed it 4 times since then on the SAFC live, and it was a dive. It was a blatant dive. And then less than 10 minutes later, Stewart gets a penalty, and the Lincoln player doesn't even get a yellow card, and it was a goal scoring opportunity for Alex Pritchard. Tonight we've been robbed, but we've also robbed ourselves by not playing well. Could Lincoln make it to top 6? Here's John S. The play, like the rest of the season, like after tonight against Sunderland, there's no doubt about it that Lincoln will be in the playoffs. I never knew Embleton was even playing. Every ball Embleton's had or tried to pass, he's lost it or misplaced it. He's been absolutely terrible tonight. So has the other 9 Sunderland players. The only player who stands out who's actually tried tonight is Tom Flanagan, which is surprising to me. But Tom Flanagan is the only player who's actually tried tonight, and every pass, from what I recall, has succeeded. Sunderland get a throw in here just on the halfway line, and it looks like Lyndon Gooch is going to take it for Sunderland. Lyndon Gooch passes it back into his own half. You're 3-1 down on the 87th minute, and you pass a throw in back into your own half. Tom Flanagan whips it up for Ross Stewart offside. Division 1 forever, says Mark. Wouldn't surprise me. Wigan got 5 games in hand now. That's right, 5 games in hand after tonight. All we needed to do was keep winning, and then worry about Wigan once they've played the games in hand. We can't even do that. We can't even pull off a draw at home in the 3rd division of English football in front of 28,000 fans. And it's just been an utter shambles. Tonight, Chris Maguire has walked all over the Sunderland team. I say Chris Maguire because Lincoln hasn't. Chris Maguire has walked all over us. Lincoln have played absolutely rubbish. Chris Maguire has been their star man. And if we can't keep down one man in a single base team like Lincoln, with a player who used to play for us when we should know all of his priorities and the way he plays, then we're not going to win promotion. Lyndon Gooch gets the ball in towards, I don't even know who it was, don't even know who it is anymore.
gets a ball in, it comes out of play. Sunderland corner kick over on the north-east stand here. Sunderland's corner kick, wasted. Couldn't even get past the first man and Lincoln come away with the ball. And it's 2 against 2 here. And luckily Denver Hume gets a ball off his man just beyond halfway. And Denver Hume gets the ball and gets tackled and gets fouled. And the referee gives a free kick to Sunderland. 90th minute, lads and lassies. Sunderland 1, Lincoln 3. Well, Sunderland's got the free kick. 6 minutes added on. And whips it into the Lincoln box and it's headed out by the Lincoln player. And Lincoln come away with it. Absolutely piss poor from Sunderland. Piss poor. Score as many goals as you want in a season, but if you don't get promoted, you're not fucking remembered. Mad Mark, I'll join you. I'll bring the vodka, you supply the gin. Dan Neil on the ball now for Sunderland. Dan Neil pushing up towards halfway and gets it over at the left hand side to Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle on the ball. Doyle gets it at the Lincoln halfway, only as far as the Lincoln player, and then he back flicks it back to his own player again, but then loses it to Doyle, and Doyle gives it over on the right hand side. And on the right hand side, it comes to Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch on the ball just inside of the Lincoln half here. Lyndon Gooch now trying to find a way through, can't find a way through, and then he's tackled, but only as far as Aidan O'Brien, and Aidan O'Brien gives it to Elliot Embleton. Embleton back to O'Brien. O'Brien whips it from right to left and gives it over to Denver Hume. Denver Hume looking for the ball in, finds Aidan O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien tries to whip the ball in with his left foot, but can it get there? And now Sunderland need to get back because there's a counter break on from Lincoln here. And here comes Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire trying to get the through ball in and can't get there before Flanagan. Flanagan gives it over Elliot Embleton. Embleton now. Embleton gives it down to Lyndon Gooch on the right-hand wing. Lyndon Gooch now. Gooch gives it back to Embleton. Embleton to Flanagan. Flanagan just inside of his own half. Passes it over to the left-hand side, just inside of the half of Lincoln City to Callum Doyle. And Callum Doyle pushing his way through, trying to get a good cross through. Can't get a good cross through. The Lincoln player watches it go and collects it over on the left side, over on the east stand. And Lincoln come away with the ball. 3 minutes played, 6 minutes out on. Still Sunderland 1, Lincoln 3. Mad Martin says that's the joy of being a Sunderland fan. You have to laugh. Otherwise, you'd gone mad. You're right there. You would have gotten mad being a Sunderland fan if you couldn't laugh at getting beat off Lincoln bloody City. Aidan O'Brien on the ball anyways, gives it over on the right hand side. Flanagan looks for the ball through to Neil, and Neil can't get there. And it's only as far as Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire gives it down to Bramall, and Bramall whips it up towards the Sunderland half, only as far as Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle whips it back into the Lincoln half, and he still keeps possession. Gives it over onto the left-hand side to Denver Hume. Denver Hume looking for a way past his man, can't find a way past his man. His man comes away with the ball and gives it to Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire passes it back to his number 19. His number 19 passes it back into the defence. And Lincoln just playing a wee bit of a passing game here. They know that it's 4 minutes in. They know there's only 2 minutes left to get the biggest win of their careers. And I say the biggest win of their careers, when have they ever beat a club the size of Sunderland? Tom Flanagan knees it back to Patterson. Patterson rolls it out to Doyle. Doyle on the ball. Doyle tries to whip up towards Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart kind of get there, but Bramall puts it out of line, follow through into Sunderland. While Stewart takes a quick hit, Lyndon Gooch. Lyndon Gooch is on the ball now, 4.5 minutes in, just a minute and a half left to play. And now it's Aidan O'Brien passes it back flank, and Flanagan looking for a way forward. Finds a way forward towards Denver Hume, but it's headed away by the Lincoln City defender. And Lincoln keep possession. Lincoln have still got possession, and now that's a free kick. And Callum Doyle in a scuffle here with the Lincoln City man. Callum Doyle's punching fuck out of the Lincoln City man here on the byline. The ball came out by Lincoln, and Callum Doyle slid in a wee bit too late, and then Doyle was approached by the Lincoln City number 2, Regan Poole, and Callum Doyle gets Regan Poole into the headlock. Serves yourselves right, you empty bastards. Sorry. So even Lincoln are getting frustrated because they're away to win the biggest game of their careers. Referee, who's the ball forward here for a yellow card? He's put someone forward. Callum Doyle gets a yellow card for Sunderland. Just forgetting the wee empty fucking headlock. Least he deserved was a headlock. I would have kicked shit out of him, mate. Hey, Lee Johnson given a red card off the 96th minute and 4 seconds. Lee Johnson has been given a red card off the referee. The referee's a wanker. You don't know what you're doing. League One referee and officiating standards have dropped yet again. All because Callum Doyle goes the ball off the number 19 of Lincoln. The number 2, Regan Poole, dives in behind Callum Doyle, pushes Callum Doyle onto the floor. So Callum Doyle jumps up, gets Regan Poole into a headlock. Lee Johnson tries to split it up. And then the referee comes back to it, and Lee Johnson is given a red card by the referee. League One officiate and League One referee yet again. Sunderland rubbed yet again. And that is full time. It's Sunderland 1. Lincoln City 3. We were absolutely robbed, guys. I can't stress that enough. When you see the highlights, you'll see exactly what I mean. Thanks a lot for each and every single who tuned in. It really means a lot. Yes, again for the next Sunderland live stream, the next Sunderland home game. I'll see you for the next live stream after that. Thanks a lot for tuning in and what turned out to be an absolute robbing match. But after all, an 11-game unbeaten run isn't too bad. Cheers, guys. Over and out.